gonna dip. Bruh. Bruh.
Hey, traders, welcome to episode 760 of the show. You could be doing anything, but you're here early on a Monday, and there's reasons for us being early. Happens to be Bitcoin, I guess. This crypto market. Brr, it's freezing, man. Or this blizzard came out of nowhere, man. And that's okay, all right? So, simply discussed yesterday about not really being too concerned about whether it goes up or down. It's more about the correlation to the 8,500 area. Well, where are we right now? We're at 8,200. And at one point today, we were at 8,000. All right. Look left. Clearly below that support that we needed to... Oh, sorry. It's getting too snowy in here. I got you, dude. That has to be better. All right. So falling below that, not good at all. You know, I mean, again, I think that in time, if you stay below this long enough, you'll eventually see 7,700 to 7,500. Okay, the next available supports, just like we did last time. Once we broke this area, we back tested it a couple times, and then eventually ran down to the next support. But, you know, I wanted to start the stream with a log scale uptrend because it's, I mean, definitely in jeopardy right now, is it not? Look, when we were at 8,000, we were outside the channel. I mean, sure, right now, $200 up from that lowest low. We are at it. Okay, not below it, not above it. We're at it right now. So I think the uptrend, the long-term uptrend, it might be in jeopardy if we keep going lower than this. Okay, it's been here. We've been waiting. Look how we hit the 25% trend line of the equidistant channel. We hit overhead resistance and failed. And now we're back at the last line of defense. Okay, not really holding on to any kind of support. Looking left, all you got is the upsloping support, which normally you want to be above horizontal line support. I think that's quite potentially more important than upsloping support, but whatever. Holy crap, man. Hey, stock market, all-time highs. Let's go. It's like inverse crypto winter. There, it's like summertime on the S&P, but it's cold outside. Hope you brought a jacket, man. All right, so let's get to linear scale. Just take a look. I think you're still outside the downsloping channel. All right, Obi-Wan Kenobi support connect. Uh-oh, you're below it. What happens if Obi-Wan isn't there? I don't know, man. Well, he wasn't. I mean, he didn't even really end up saving everyone, I guess. I mean, kind of. We just got Darth Vader, dude. All right, spoiler alert. So whatever. Oops. Keep it on going. All right. Whatever. Flagging, not flagging, downsloping consolidation still. Very methodical, right? Just slowly bleeding out. Not to create a panic. I'm just telling you where we are now. There's not much support. You could only argue, what is going on with my scrolling? This is weird. This is a new trading view thing. Why is it doing this? Kind of like it. Have y'all noticed this today? This is different. It's like wherever your mouse cursor is where it zooms out, scales out. That's pretty cool. Until it changes. I don't know. Thank you, TradingView. All right, so we're at that May 15th candle high close. That's pretty much it where we are. And yes, outside the channel, skating along. And you could stay outside this channel and eventually hit 7,500. It would only take us till December though to get there if it stays on this course trajectory, right? So preferably if we're gonna see 7,500 again, I would rather us methodically hit it than just dump and hit it, because then we're outside the channel. All this kind of validity we were getting on a breakout would become invalid, which just sucks, you know. So long-term uptrend in jeopardy, negative momentum building, not oversold yet, but in bearish territory on the RSI. This daily time scale 36. That's not what you're looking for. Okay, plenty of room to run on the downside if market participants truly wanted to push this down further. Wow. How the turntables, capo. Across the board, assets hit hard, some harder than others. Bitcoin Cash down 7.5%, NEO down 6%, EOS down 7%. Icon down 5%, XLM down nearly 7%, Tron Connect down almost 8%, and the beloved VeChain doing things down 5.2%, which isn't even much compared to what it's done, right? the scrolling isn't occurring with you. See, I don't get it, man. I think they're making changes. Y'all remember when, like, if you did this, it would make you, like, depending on how fast you scrolled over and let go of your mouse cursor, it would go that way. Y'all remember that? They stopped doing that. That's what I was saying. Like, if this is a new implementation, I wonder how long it's gonna last. They might just get rid of it. Don't know. Quality of life stuff. It seems pretty good, but some of y'all are saying you're not getting this. So I don't know. Holy crap. So now what seemed like a bull flag, what seemed like a potential breakout of a 121-day trend or correction could just be continuing on, right? As we've discussed, you know, a correction, it requires a breakout, and reversal of a correction requires two things. First, the breakout, the initial breakout of the downside resistance. But then after that, you have to break overhead resistance, which we just have not done. We didn't break any overhead resistance of the structure. You could have argued that we created one overhead resistance from October 2019 and broke it. Then we were back testing it yesterday, finally, and now we're just below it. It's like, there you go. Very weak price action correlation to a potential support, which is not one. All right, so you've done really nothing. I mean, you did one thing, but we say over and over, it's step one to recovery. You have to complete step two, and we didn't do that. We failed. Haven't done it. Okay. S&P 500, on the other hand, oh my God, right? It's beautiful. All-time highs again today. It's only up 0.06%, so barely anything, but just slowly but surely climbing, right? Like you are at a concert. If you want to get to the front of the the front of the line, not the front of the line, but the front of the concert, front row, you have to slowly but surely inch your way to it. You can't just get there immediately. So that's what the S&P 500 is doing. Seems like it's gotten pretty close to the front of the concert, exceeding the 1414 fib extension at 3,115. And really, if you look at the pinpoint accurate touches here of this upsloping resistance, we haven't even touched it yet, which is just slightly above where we are now, 3130 probably, pretty much. And the 1618 fib extension, 3,158, the golden mean ratio. That would be something else. Something else, man. I don't know. I've got the Blizzard music on. Turned it off. See, it was like messing with my ability to know where my music decibel levels were at. I can't get it, man. Oh, God dang. I think that's too loud, probably. Take a sound check, man. I don't even know these days. It's ridiculous. Okay. So, what is the top performing asset of the S&P 500 today? Well, it just so happens to be one of our favorites, NVIDIA. Yep, and Activision Blizzard doing the opposite of NVIDIA, and the overall stock market today down over 1%. 1.5% or something. Video game stocks not faring too well as of late. Yeah, lowered guidance for Activision. EA survived, but I mean, if you look at Activision, it's really not that big of a deal. It's not that bad. Which we can do, if you're talking about. Sounds good. Thanks, dude. I don't know, I can't tell. That's good. Yeah, AMD is also a top performer, one of the top 10 of the day for the S&P. I don't know, we're just looking at Activision real quick. All right, so like a channel she may have been in, I don't know, using 1 and 2 and 3 on the top side and then 1 on the bottom. Beautiful touches on the inside. You had a little false breakout, did 382, then reversed. Wow, it's that. Let's see, this is so weird. It's so perfect, wasn't it? I mean, we had this all painted out. We knew that the 382 beginning of the golden zone, look how we like kind of double top there. We sold off, but I mean, if you're talking about a neckline, dude, that's this wick right here, $50. the lowest low between the two peaks. That's what gives you the neckline of a potential double top pattern. But again, it seems like you're right at that potential demand line on the bottom side. So yeah, could be in jeopardy, but it did in fact technically fill a gap today. All right, there was a very small gap on a candle close at like 52.75. We're sitting at 52.76. Definitely still a potential for higher prices, but you just don't know now with guidance being lowered. But they beat expectations this previous quarter by 39% 1 year ago.
Camera-less mitts has gone on too long. Protesting by lowering my tip amount.
Bruh.
Dude, if you I mean, like, look, if the jar fills up and I have to put a hat on, okay. I mean, I can do that. Whatever. We do the vote and stuff, but I don't know, man. Just it's temporary too, and it's not gonna be long. All right, just going through stuff, and it's just IRL personal stuff. So, thank you, camera troll.
Bruh.
Wait, what about?
Veach ain't doing things.
Let's skip on over. Let's just switch it up. Let's just keep going between S coins and stocks. S coins and stock. Well, sorry, this isn't an S coin, is it? It might be. It still might be. Almost doesn't look like anything even happened today on VeChain. How is it down nearly 6% if you zoom out and look at the daily time scale? It's just, is it starting to flag, or is this going to turn into much lower prices? I mean, the 786 we discuss on any market. If you understand the fundamentals of Fibonacci, you know a 78% retrace is a very deep retrace. There's only one retrace higher, and that's the 886. But at the 786, that is definitely where reversals can occur, where consolidation can occur. So need some more data here, but what a stupendous run. Remember what VeChain's done since October 23rd is it has gone as high as, it's increased in value 182% from the lowest low to the highest high of the run. 182. Good God, man. That's crypto. There are not many assets on the stock market that can increase 182% in value in a very short period of time without earnings catalysts, right? Or some sort of major catalyst. I mean, there was the news events and all that. Of course, Chinese president, the summit between China and France, and then just continuing to follow through. So, yep.
Veach ain't doing things.
It's louder than normal. Wait, what? It is a vague pronoun. Are you talking about the music? See, someone's like, music's lower than usual, and now someone's like, music's louder than normal. See, I don't get that, I can't even, when I get literally the exact opposite responses, it kind of makes me be like, what? What do I even do here? Do I turn it up or turn it down? I was not in a bar
Wait,
fight.
what happened? I thought your camera broke, man. What's going on? Hit me up on the troll phone.
Bruh.
It's all good, dude. It's all good. It's medical stuff. Don't worry about it. It's all good. The troll phone? I'll hit you up on the troll phone later, I guess. Thank you, Camera Troll, for the $10 contribution. Oh my god. It's cold. Did you bring a jacket, Camera Troll? Let's be honest. The Camera Troll doesn't need a jacket. He has a spacesuit that obviously protects him from all kinds of elements. Elements we don't even know of in other galaxies. Dude, it's so crazy, man. I don't know if you all have had the chance to. I didn't really care so much, but I just was bored, and someone had said, hey, you should just watch this. And I'm sure people in this community probably have seen it, but it's like the Bob Lazar. It's like two different things. Like the Bob Lazar, and it was like this documentary.
Bruh.
Nvidia Connect tipped $23.58. Engorging bullish engulfing on the daily. Come on, gap fill. Fluner couldn't miss the wide of the gap.
Nvidia Connect. Let's go, dudes. Always nice owning some Nvidia. Oh, big engorging and engulfing candle. Let's go, dude. Fill the gap at the 618. Yes, sir. 618-228. What else is it? It's not just a golden retrace from the blow off top high, you know, to low, right? Golden retrace. It's also from your X to A, high to low, this structure, this pattern, a 1618. Okay, so you have the golden retrace and the golden mean ratio confluent, and they are confluent with a gap fill. The argument doesn't get much stronger than this for why Nvidia could very well hit that 228 area. Up 4.25%. Again, the top performer of the day for the S&P 500. Fantastic, man.
Bruh.
The engorging engulfing. Yes. It's a very rare pattern. Japanese candlestick pattern, but if it's so good, man. All right. Feels real good. So, yeah, I mean, what does that mean? Does that mean Nvidia, there's a shorting
Community
opportunity?
poll. Is trolling
Bruh.
Mitch's mysterious IRL camera mute causing situation fair game? 1 for yes, 2 for no.
Camera causing situation, fair game? I don't understand what that question means, dude. Hold on. Hold the phone. Let me try to read this again. Is trolling Mitch's mysterious IRL camera mute, oh, causing situation fair game? I don't understand. 1 for yes, 2 for no. If you understood the question and you want to answer, 1 for yes, 2 for no. I'm still kind of like, what? But sometimes it's happened. I have to review it sometimes to even know when I whoosh or swoosh, you know, something goes right over my head. I can't even understand that. Situation fair game. It sounds super smart, but I don't get it. Hold on, what's going on with that? Whoa. All right, so thank you, Camera Tova 10, man. The Monero connects in the jar, which is also down today, nearly 5%, but it's not Monero's fault. Fluffy, hey, it's so ironic, Camera Troll. You're tipping 10, and Fluffy Bunny is triggered. I don't think he's as mad now, Camera Troll. Fluffy Bunny, aka the developer of Monero, creator of Monero. Somebody triggered him today, and it wasn't a Monero Moonboy or an XRP Moonboy. All right. 3. See, I think people didn't get it. Camera Troll. People like, what? Dude, it wasn't a bar fight. All right. If I have on like Bet Moonboy hats today, you'll be like, oh yeah, there's no black eye. Is it fair game to troll me? I mean, you can troll all you want, dude. Trolling is like part and parcel of streaming, right? Being trolled. Yeah, but there's positive trolling, there's negative trolling. No cap is there. Fluffy Pony, yeah. Like a lie. Fluffy Pony connect.
I must be confused, maybe because I can't see any of your facial expressions.
Bruh.
Look here! Look, listen!
A bear offline does not Evan stop it. Thank you, Camera Troll, for the 10. You must be confused. Yeah, probably. I know, it's like weird. It's like, I can't believe it. Mitch's face. I need to see Mitch's face. I can't understand the TA without seeing his face. You shouldn't even be looking at my face, chat. You should be looking at the Fibonacci, at the divergence. Yeah, look here, listen, right? Flugner. All right, what if we make it to the 1618 and we have like quadruple MACD bearish divergence? So that is a potential short opportunity. If we show that again, you know, there's always the chance it could reverse there. And look, think about the reversal area. Just think using critical thinking here, where you fill the gap and you sell off to back test this 192, 194 area, right? It was like starting to try to become an ascending triangle and just never had the second reaction high and just broke. But the accumulation was so clear, and then the acceleration of accumulation, right? The demand of this asset accelerated because the angle of ascent steepened. Do you understand? There's psychological aspects behind candles and how they look, how they are on a chart, right? Look how it was here, and then it angled up, and then it's angled up thrice 3 different angles of demand, whatever you want to call it. That's pretty cool, right, chat? Did you get that, or did you need to see my face to hear me? Cap up. All right, so we went from stock. Let's go to S-Coin now. What S-Coin? Let's just look at BAT. No, you know what? Let's look at XRP, because people are probably rioting right now because we haven't looked at it yet.
Is that a joint?
Check out KRTX. Stonk on Stonk Market.
Stonk on Stonk Market, yeah. Donks. Donks, man. Where did that come from? Hey, cool. I mean, like, yeah, of course it sold off more. Mother of God. Chat. No way. No way. All right, so 786 exactly is, I don't know, I'm trying to get it. I hate when it does that. It doesn't let me go directly on a 786. So it didn't quite exactly, what is up with that? Look, 785, 787. Pissing me off, dude. There it is. Okay, wow. So the 786 is exactly at 23.896 cents. You can see how close we got to it before pulling back to the upside. But, you know, whatever. It could do that and continue methodically coming on down to finally maybe hit it. But Cypher-esque pattern. No, obviously no divergence. Very weak on the RSI. Look how you failed to ever break above 60. For real, right? Just pathetic. Now you're back down to bearish territory. Hardcore parkour on XRP. XRP hitting what? I don't even know, man. What was this support? Not much of a support. Was it a candle close or something right here? Not sure why I have this plotted. This isn't even anything really. Losing my mind. So look where it did hit though, right? You see it? Do you see? Hit the support, one lower, near 76 and bounced. Wow, great. So it won't even matter, right? If Bitcoin continues to dump hard to 7,500, this won't play out at all. XRP will just continue selling off and maybe hit 100% retrace or even make lower lows, the lowest low you've seen in years. Okay.
Bruh.
Too weird to leave. It's too weird. You have to leave. I'm sorry you have to leave. What's so weird about it, dude? That it's snowing? It's snowing in XRP land. Turn up the ambient blizzard music. Can you hear the mud?
Bruh.
You can't even hear the bruh over the blizzard coming in, dude.
Bruh.
Alright, yeah, let's look at that stock. Well, what do you even want me to do? I can't, I mean, I'll look at it for you. I can't really analyze it. It's up like 1 billion%. Sorry, it's up 400% today, chat. Karuna Therapeutics. Market data. It's freezing. Oh, Poifin's being annoying. Let's see. Positive CarXT data. Looks like it had nothing to do with earnings. Let me see. Okay. Thinly traded micro cap Karuna Therapeutics. It was up 86% pre-market on light volume in reaction to positive results from a phase 2 clinical trial evaluating CAR-XT in schizophrenia patients with acute psychosis. Wow. Hype in the chat for medical developments doing things. Awesome, dude. Yeah, that's what it is. What's phase 3 gonna look like? It might just look like this, man. Even more, Capo. Unreal. What a day for Karina. Okay, so stock 2, which is good at bat. Why not, man? Let's see. Sorry, what a fake out, dude. Don't blame BAT, though. BAT is at the whims of Bitcoin, right? If Bitcoin volatility picks up, what happens to altcoins? Holy crap. Hold on. I turned it off, sorry. Yeah, Bitcoin volatility picks up, altcoins tremble, they cower, they relent. Okay, so if Bitcoin stayed, you know, it didn't have any volatility, it wasn't down 4% on the day, nearly $350, then BAT probably had a good chance of continuing to run to the upside. But as it stands now, it was just a fake out back inside this little consolidation pattern. What a joke. But hey, good news is it hit a 38% retrace, which we know from a high to low is just the beginning of your golden zone, your common retrace levels. Finally, it only took like 2 months. But in 2 months, it's almost doubled in value. Let's go, dude. Yeah, blame BAT, man. I don't think anyone's complaining about BAT, man. Except for, you know, his methods can sometimes be weird. Goes into places unarmed with, you know, antagonists with fully automatic weapons. That's kind of a bad idea. He's probably going to get himself killed if he plays the numbers game like that, right? Batman? Stop messing with your epilepsy. Oh, sorry. There you go. Should be better now. Lunsovos is ice cold. Ugh, me too, man. It's okay. Stay inside. There's a fire. And Bitcoin's fueling the fire. Yeah, this was this is a recording. This was recorded last week. Okay, Capo, Bradford. Okay, yeah, we can go to Tron Connect, down 8% now, chat. Tron Connect. Well, look here, listen. What happened? You know, we talk about the golden zone all the time. You hit the golden zone.
Is that a joint?
Short Will Morse comp. He is defensive analyst SELSU written all over him next year. Dabo gonna send him out in style next Saturday.
Not if we get him first, Kevin, man. Dude, no one has set up a coaching rehab like Alabama has, okay, man? We're going to try to get him just to hang out. I mean, hey, you know, he's already... That's a very real possibility, right? I don't know. I mean, yeah, they suck. I bet on Texas A&M. I had them at minus half a point. They killed him. It's just like, yeah. That poor guy can't get it together anywhere he goes. Auburn, Florida, well, Texas, he was there, and then it was all over for him. And Mac Brown in 2009, when Coach Saban and Bama destroyed him in Texas, you know, and then goes to Florida, and then Auburn, now South Carolina. Just getting wrecked everywhere, man. But he's hauling in the bank, man. When it's all said and done, maybe his legacy kind of sucks, but dude, he's doing just fine, you know. So what? That tree came from Florida, New York. What? Seth? What does that mean? Seth Dominus. On camera troll, I just don't understand, man. You just can't do it, dude. What's up, Queen Bee? CRWD having a bad day? Yep, sometimes it happens, man. It happens. But it started real well on that breakout, did it not? When will the XRP price suppression end? Richard, it may never end. Why does it have to end? Saban will hire him. What was the TTS? It said Wakes Champ. What's wrong? So weird. What's up, Marvin D? Says greetings from Amsterdam. Hey, dude. I do like the time you stream. Well, the time I'm streaming right now is out of the norm a little bit. It's we're just covering a little bit of volatility on Bitcoin right now. Also covering the stock market being at all-time highs. Looking at Tron Connect down 8% inside of a little channel that we created. Right until it gets down here. I mean, it's continuing down. So stay above this potential demand line. You might run again if the market permits it, if Bitcoin, the macro, permits it. All right. I mean, what it did was beautiful, right? Inverse head and shoulders pattern developed at, I mean, where did it develop? It didn't develop here or here. It developed near the November of 2018 low, right? Value areas, 95% retrace, deep value. 786 wasn't deep enough, evidently. 88% retrace wasn't really deep enough, but the 100% retrace pretty much was the 1414 fib extension from B to C. It seems like was a good area for Tron Connect. Turned it around, right? Best entry for an inverse head and shoulders is that right shoulder matching the left shoulder. We did a full education segment on inverse head and shoulders last night. Unfortunately, if you missed it, there's hope, right? We're going to be making a clip for the patrons and Patreon, but also you can somewhere, I don't know where it is in yesterday's stream, but you can just, you know how you can, on the YouTube video, you can like do this, right? It's like, look here, you can see when I go to like the screen to do education, little preview thumbnail. So just check it out if you want to learn more about inverse head and shoulders, how to trade them, like how to strategize, take entries, where to put stops, all that stuff. We got you, man. Okay. I'm looking at
Bruh.
Forgive me, Lord. For I have walked through the valley of the shadows of wrecked, but I fear no evil, for thou art with me. Take these shackles, for they mean nothing to this world, that I may never hold again and break tendies with thee.
Dude, Iowa Connect, thank you so much. Your rod and staff, they comfort me. You get that. Thank you, Iowa Connect, for the $5.12 of XRP. Giving me a sale on XRP, dude. Thank you so much. Take these shekels, for they mean nothing to this world, that I may never hold again and break tendies with thee. Holy crap. Legendary contribution, TTS.
Bruh.
First good of the day. My God. Chat, y'all get that? Anyone here still? Or, hey, you know, maybe I'm live, but y'all might be not live, right? You like streaming time also for all the European followers? It's perfect. Missed a lot of sleep lately. Mr. Senton, yeah, dude, I know. It's tough because it's like this time is so awkward for my, you know, for me to go live at this time and then to come back for that drive home stream, that 5 or that 6 o'clock Eastern stream, tandeming those. I don't have that much time in between, and I don't know. I might start doing that instead of night streams for a while. I don't know. I mean, the market just hasn't warranted night streams. I mean, based off everything, it's like night streams aren't really doing it. It's like extremely low concurrent viewership turnout, very low chat engagement. Just the things that you look at for whether you should stream at those times or not, it's not looking good for the night stream. Like, and that's like why, you know, a lot of times I've been like not streaming at night, because it's just there's very little demand for what I do at that time. Though I know some people do enjoy it and get a lot out of it. It's just tougher. All right. It's where I live, it's 2:35 p.m. right now. So I go live at 5 p.m. my time every day. So you get that, like 2.5 hours or something. Okay, so Tron Connect, let's go. Let me see. Oh yeah, dude. Let's go to Luckin Coffee, the one that killed it. Y'all remember this? kind of triple bottomed. There was a, you know, triple bottom, a neckline, kind of little slanted neckline, almost like descending triangle. But look at this. You gapped up on earnings outside of both resistances. The next day you back tested them again. You held, so twice you confirmed to the market you're out of these channels and supports, right, resistances. And so then the next day, holy crap, and look where we went today. We got as high as $30. Got to do it, man. Got to.
TA with Mitch Ray, brought to you by
Looking
Irwin Coffee.
Bruh.
Sorry, Irwin Coffee. You get it, man. Let's get Irwin Coffee on the charts. Looking Coffee, I think, is just catching up to Irwin Coffee. This is what Irwin Coffee looked like. Irwin Coffee's like up. Whoops, sorry. Irwin Coffee's like up here, dude. Holy crap. Beautiful. So, yeah, we are all-time highs, and we're breaking it today. You know, like on Friday, we ran up to touch and test all-time highs and closed below it, or at it. Today, we're showing a different story. Let's do Fibonacci extensions to see if we hit a 1272 high to low. We did. We hit a 1272 at 29.49. The 1414 is at 30.81, and the golden mean ratio is at 32.68. Let's go. Let's go. If that's the case, then Tua probably won't go to the draft. He'll probably stay another year. I mean, he very well could. That's right, Mr. Senton. So I don't know, man. I don't know if the day stream, this day, I'm experimenting, right? Doing a day stream and stuff every now and then. And yeah, it definitely seems like getting more concurrent viewers. I mean, like, it's depressing, the night stream with concurrent viewership now, like just with no volatility in Bitcoin. And if there is volatility, it's just down, right? So it's like, you know, concurrent viewership is here for the volatility, and then it like distribution of concurrent viewership occurs after the volatility subsides. It's terrible. So it's like, though, yeah, volatility to the downside is good for me as a streamer. When it goes down again after the volatility is no more, I actually lose concurrent viewership average from what I've learned doing this for almost 2 years. In February it'll be 2 years. Content creation, streaming. Okay. So I had to do something there. So thanks so much for the 370 people tuned in. Holy crap.
Bruh.
Hi everyone. Life is good, life is great, let's make the most of every day. Love you all, Kings.
Claudia, thank you so much for the $4.43. Holy crap, the Ethereum Classic contribution. So perfect, right? Switching it up between crypto and stocks. Let's go to Ethereum Classic, which had a fake out just last week, and definitely a real fake out now. We know that. Look, see? What? Hey, is it an inverse head and shoulder? I mean, maybe, not really. It could be. Really hard to say. I don't, you know. Where's that wick? That wick's down like $4.11. So yeah, you're back at very critical areas. The beginning of some sort of support zone between 342 and 409. All right. Dang, dude. Freaking helicopter flying around. Hold on, dude. Hold on. Super ugly, scuffed, probably not even real at all. Okay, so I mean, maybe double bottom or something, but super fail, you know. the downtrend continues on this asset, where it's lost almost 100% of its value. You know, I think this is an 88% retrace. This kind of reminds me of I remember one of the S coins, like low to high. There, see, look, 88%, nearing an 88% retrace again. So it's like, man, every time you try to rally the upside, there's not enough demand to break you out, to make you go to higher highs. I mean, think about it. After this dump here, there's like the overhead resistance you would have to break in time for this truly to reverse is like way up at like 750. You'd almost have to double in value for the trend reversal to be real. Now, I mean, of course, you know, you kind of created, manufactured recently some overhead resistance between $5 and $5.40. And so you break that, back test it. Okay, step one, hold it. Then you got to rally again to like, again, $8, say $7.50. Break it, back test it, hold it, run again. So this is just bad shape, man. Sorry, Ethereum Classic, not looking good. But let's be real, Ethereum Classic's not that special, man. It's just its own thing. It's like it actually is Ethereum vanilla, but bad things happened. It got like infiltrated, so they had to like centralize it. Vitalik had to centralize it, and they scrapped it and started, and then they started on Ethereum that we know now, and then they slapped Ethereum Classic on this asset that at one time was Ethereum. So correct. Solid coin, not in terms of price performance. Since June, it's absolutely not a solid coin, right? Can't be mad about me saying that. That's a completely objective. If you lost 88% of your value, and at the 88% retrace, we just haven't been able to find enough demand to break it to higher prices. Teresa Pizzo, sorry, your portfolio is down like 10%. I think if you have a crypto portfolio, it's probably down that much, right? If you own, you know, more than just Bitcoin. If you own Bitcoin only, you're only down like 4%. But yeah, it sounds like you own like other assets. Okay. But if you also are diversified and own stocks, then you're probably not screwed, right? Can I look at Stellar Connect? I guess. Can find it. Let's see. Where are you? 6.7% down. Read. Sorry. So what'd it do? You know? Broke the upside at a 38% retrace twice and failed. Very bad. I mean, it hit the beginning of the golden zone though, so nothing wrong with that at all. Right? High to low, 382, reversing your price action to the downside. So that kind of sucks, right? Sorry, texting somebody. Okay. You only have 5% in crypto? Good man, sir. That's a beautiful number. You're 5% of your overall portfolio in crypto. That's great, dude. No way. All right, so I mean, what do you want? It's terrible, right? What this asset has just done nothing but terrible things. Lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, same high. It's actually a lower high than your. I mean, I guess it's about the same. You're selling off, right? Still not over. You know, it's not making lower lows yet than the September of 2019 low, but it's working on it. And if Bitcoin continues to sell off, XLM is going to continue to sell off too. Nothing special about this. Okay, at all. What? Fox Business blaming the Bitcoin drop on tough laundering rules coming from the US? I mean, probably not, man. It's probably not a catalyst. A 4% drop, I don't know if it has anything to do with the catalyst, man. I think it was just like, you know, that 8,500 area. You know what happens when you break supports? How fast you can move down? I mean, that's what we did. We just broke 8,500 and just moved down pretty fast, right? God, it's ridiculous, man. Sorry, having a conversation, a wild conversation. You guess I did an educational segment on how to trade inverse head and shoulders on yesterday's stream. You guess? No, I did, Bradford, man. No guessing about it. Also, no kappas. All right, so we looked at a crypto. Now we can switch it on over to a stock. Oh, I want to look at the beautiful, beautiful Square connecting.
Is that a joint?
Another 8-day for Canopy Growth Core, CGC. Do you see where we're at as critical support before next one down at like 10.30ish? Daily MACD gaining negative Momo, no RSI divergence.
Let's see. Re-day. CGC Connect. Do I see we are at a critical support? Man, this one's nuts, dude. It sucks. Earnings killed it, right? Earnings really killed it. I think we're below. We might be at a 1414 here. What is happening? Oh yeah, this one's weird. Where if you don't look at the daily, you can't see all the times, all the candles. It's so weird. Okay, I don't think this is a strong support at all, man. That's one stupid wick from November of 2016. All right. What a potential momentous pattern. Maybe an 88% retrace. Might have better luck. Earnings again. Pushed you down. What happened? Oh, God. Look at that, chat. Wall Street estimates of, minus 35 cent EPS. You ended up coming in minus $1.08 EPS, 210% surprise. So that means like Wall Street predicted that you would make money by this much, but you ended up not making money by this much. So you lost a lot more money. You're losing a lot more money than Wall Street expected. So yeah, 786, a bullish, beautiful bullish Gartley, but we know the 1414 is, hey, I'll tell you this, being very real here, and we'll do this. We'll come back to Square. Don't let me forget. But man, I don't think we're at critical supports, and we could just continue dropping, and there's no real divergence. I see that's a reason why we would reverse here, but dang, dude, let me show you. I don't know. I guess it was at both. Let me see. Oh my God, really? Okay. Wow, this is so annoying. Okay, it's good enough. All right, so this is going back to Bitcoin back in early 2019, the legendary Gartley that ushered in the entirety of the long-term uptrend. All right, so if you remember the trade setup I did on this, I chose my entry to be at the 1414 fib extension. Okay, it's a good entry number. It's a really sound, solid fib extension, middle of the ground. So if it gets to the 1618, you're not too deep in the hole before a stop out, right? 1414, that's what we hit before rising to the upside, right, man? So again, the problem is for, CGC, there's absolutely none of this going on, right? There's no bullish divergence. And nothing. You're just kind of oversold. So maybe, man, maybe this is where you reverse. If not, if it continues to sell, 88.6% retrace, down here, 1115. That's a support that makes more sense there, right? Yeah. That definitely makes more sense of support down at like, why is this not showing? Oops. At $10. Stronger support, candle high close, little chop here. Okay? And then a 1618 fib extension is probably at it. Never mind, it's a little bit lower. Look, 1618's right here. So I think this could go much further, even with a really nice bullish Gartley hitting the PCZ already, but exceeding the PCZ. 786. All right, you're below it now by like over $2. So critical thinking has to come into play here with supports, confluence, 1414s, 886s. You get it? Okay.
Bruh.
So anyway, how do I get this? Okay, it's all show up. Perfect.
Look here! Look, listen!
Square Connect. This is a trade setup. It did go a little bit lower than the stop loss to fill a gap, and it actually, that's where the stop loss was, slightly below the gap. Only to, for some reason, it came to hit this support from March of 2018, of all things. Really weird. So, didn't deter me from being long on this. The inverse head and shoulders was too strong. The ice line break back to the upside. The amount of, after we hit this, the next day was a huge green candle. It's like, oh, okay, so there's no follow through price action after breaking the ice line. Then you even came to back test the ice line as support again, right? What do you call that? You sprung and you back tested the spring. Premature breakout, holding, and now 3 days in a row of green. Okay, high to low, you're exceeding the 382 again. Next target does seem like $68.85. There's a gap fill at 69.67. Let's just say 69.69. But there's also another gap at 81.07. Measured move of this inverse head and shoulders pattern yields you at 74.57. So good stuff going for Square, right? Broke the correction. If you look at this kind of range bound, you can see critical supports here. Hit it, back tested it, and you're running now. So you're still near the bottom of the range, right? The bottom being around $58, the top being like $82, $82.60. You see it? Yeah. Low risk, high reward opportunities. A Bulkowski pattern coinciding with the bottom of a range. Let's go, dude. Wyckoff Bulkowski. They should make a book on it, man.
Bruh.
Beautiful. Square up square. Yeah, dude, let's go. It'd be beautiful. Okay, pro. Running out of S-coins I want to look at. I don't know, just kidding, but dang, dude, EOS never quite made it to the PCZ of that bearish cipher pattern. It was close, but no cigar. Let's look at Litecoin real quick. You know, we haven't looked at that one. Jeez. Sorry, that's log scale stuff. Don't worry about it. Okay, so rising wedge. Nearing a measured move. Measured move would put you down around 52.72. We got as low as 53.99. Hype. Bearish divergence with the rising wedge. And unable to make higher highs, unable to stay above this 58 area, and just dumping more. All right, so yes, you did in fact break out of a downsloping structure. You've been in development longer than Bitcoin's correction. It was like 126 days, I think. June 22nd was the top. Where Bitcoin was June 26th. The halvening happened right around here. Wait. No, right around here. The 6th of August. Look at this. You see some price action with the halvening and then dumped. What a fake out. And so, yeah, you're out, but you aren't making higher highs than your previous highs at all yet, are you? Nope, you're not. But you're not technically making lower lows than your previous low yet. But that could happen in time if Bitcoin wants to continue dumping. All right. Yeah, hey, you should, if you want to know when I go live, if you want to be a part of one of the best trading communities with crypto and stocks, all that, if you want to keep the conversation going when this live stream ends, join the Discord. Julia just posted a Discord link. We have nearly 5,000 members in it. It's a level 2 Discord going on level 3. Very high quality community. It's perfect if you care about trading stocks or crypto at all. Okay. Technical analysis, all that. Hype. Was Litecoin not very good, man. Sorry, man. We've been live now for 1 hour and 4 minutes. Looking at
Bruh.
Optical Plaza Lord. Showing bullish divergence and CEO just bought up massive shares. Also MGI possible breakout.
Oh man, OPK was the one that it failed. It was a trade setup. It was one of those we were scanning for, but you know, I guess the downtrend was just so gnarly. All right, that it just, remember in bearish trends like this, bullish patterns just aren't as strong. And it was kind of scuffed, you know. So look, when it did potential double bottom, broke out of the wedge, ran up and just dumped. Right, wasn't even earnings that did it. Just randomly, it's like, okay, get destroyed. Volume, selling volume came in, and you're back to lower lows. Right. So remember the rule. Like if you're in a bearish trend, very clear bearish trend. Any kind of long opportunity is not going to be as reliable, okay? Because it's like when you try to trade bullish patterns and bearish trends, it's like going to the beach and there's a red flag out, there's the undertow, and you're trying to fight the undertow. You're trying to go against the current. You'll lose every time. So that might be the same case for OPK, which has now made its all-time lows just late October. All right, so you're saying and I don't see any kind of, see the divergence, everything was there, right? It looked ready to go when at these levels, right? But it's failed, right? This like stop out, there's no divergence, looks terrible, the gap already filled, you know. At this point I wouldn't be messing with OPK. Iowa Connect, I'm sorry dude. Iowa, I love it, man. I freaking love how they beat Minnesota. That was so awesome. They deserved it. It was such a freaking good game. It was college football overload this weekend, dude. Had on 3 different games. Had on like the Iowa-Minnesota game. Had on the Texas-Iowa State game. Iowa State wins in the last second of the game with a field goal. Then the Georgia-Auburn game actually wasn't much of a game till the fourth quarter. Then it was pretty freaking interesting. Then, you know, Auburn choked, whatever. That was it. So yeah, very good weekend for CFB. Killed my bookie. Oh, poor guy. Once again. But it's been like that all year. This has been like definitely the best year since I've been doing it. Best year I've had. Big Ten's so overrated. I mean, are they? I think they're just rated. Right? I mean, how many teams? Let's see. Give me a sec. I'm gonna look this up. What? That's weird. Okay, so it's like, you know, you got Ohio State rightfully at number 2, I think. They have beaten more teams than Clemson has, okay? And it'll all work out anyway. It won't matter, right? Think about it. Who cares if you're number 2 if you're Clemson? You're going to end up, if everything stays the same, you'd have to face Ohio State anyway if it flip-flop, right? It doesn't matter. It's like 2 votes difference. So that's 1. You got Penn State at 9. I mean, that's not overrated. That's like fine. You know, they lost 1 game. Minnesota 11. Yeah, they got, you know, whatever. Iowa's not bad though. You know, Iowa's 7-3 now. So that's like you got 1 team, 2 teams, 3 teams, 4 teams, 5 teams, 6 teams. Yeah, you got 6 Big Ten teams in the top 25. Iowa deserves it. I think Wisconsin probably deserves it. You know, dude, these teams are pretty good. I think Iowa and Auburn are probably the best 3-loss teams in the country, all right? So, I don't know. Overrated. Oh, here's one stat, if you didn't know. This is the first time in college football playoff history where the ACC only had 1 team, right, in the top 25. I don't think Virginia Tech... See, in the coaches poll, Virginia Tech's not even in it. So, yeah, ACC, Clemson, and then... literally, that's it. It's never happened before. So, I would say the ACC is rated just fine. Big Ten, you know. Hey, the ACC teams have records like the teams in the Big Ten do, that they would be ranked higher, right? You missed when I talked about Crypto TA. Michael B, did you just get here? Because I've been live for an hour, 9 minutes, been talking about college football for maybe 4 to 5 minutes. And then the remainder of the time I've been talking about crypto and stocks and technical analysis. So I just don't understand. Is that actual complaining, dude? Another undefeated team. It's actually good. Oh, there's only 3 undefeated teams left in the FBS, and that's Clemson, Ohio State, LSU. Everyone else has a loss. Okay. Appalachian State, do they have a loss? Yeah, even Appalachian State has a loss. So, yeah. Okay, so we looked at very notable assets today already. Give me a sec. Let's look at the Qs. That's actually up 0.08% today. Broke out of its rising wedge, man. Unreal. Look at this. It's crazy. Right, just continuing to climb. And let's get some fib extensions here. Just our previous high to low. Okay, the next target is 205.49. Fib confluence. Oh my God! Yeah, look at the confluence from this high to low. From this high to low, you have a 1618. Beautiful amount of confluence. It would seem likely that the Qs would hit 205 eventually. Right, and that's where it might reverse. Pretty good reversal area, 205. So it's $2 away. Pretty wild. Gotta love when you see golden mean ratio confluence, man. Doesn't happen all the time. You've been here for 5 minutes. There you go, Michael B. You could just rewind and be like, oh, dude, Mitch's been talking about crypto and stocks like he does every day for almost 2 years. For pretty much the entire stream. All right. Cues to the moon. Well, the moon is soon. When then, moon soon. See you up there. I mean, it might be a decent short opportunity, but I mean, look at that, man. It's just freaking wild. Now let's use some Warfib extensions. Is it a 1272 approaching or a 1414 from this high to low? Oh, look at the confluence, dude. From this high to low, you have a 1414 fib extension confluent with the 2 gold mean ratios. This is it, man. This is your kill target right there, 205. How can you break a wall so strong, dude? Fibonacci, man. Very, very interesting to see what will happen if we ever get up there. All right. Let's look at Neo. Neo that had a false breakout, remember? It had that upsloping consolidation, broke out, then failed, was starting to backtest, then Bitcoin volatility comes in and just shatters it, right? Yep, there it is. There it is, kind of double topping a little bit, the wick and the candles. Gross. There was bearish divergence though, right? I mean, a high on price, a higher high on price, lower levels relative strength, and positive Momo, impending price action versus the downside. Well, here we are. We're working on it. 200-day moving average right at it, $11.08. Of course, you bounced a little bit because Bitcoin bounced a little bit. Great. Gold probably, I mean, we did gold analysis yesterday. Definitely could go deeper. Let's see here. Let me just, and what does this mean? You know, bearish divergence, like, so you just go from, we hit like nearly a 50% retrace from the high to low down here. So, you know, the retrace, the second time hitting it could be confirmation of the market. This is the top for now, especially Bitcoin keeps selling off and we get start getting deeper retraces on Neo. You just go from your low to high. You can see at one time we hit nearly a 50% retrace, but again, between 922 and 1083, those are potential reversal areas where we can go to the upside. All depends on Bitcoin. All right, let me redo this. Nothing saved on gold from me yesterday because I did it on the other screen. Got this. All right, make my adjustments. There's a false breakout, a fake out. Let's get rid of this real quick. I don't know why that's off. Okay, so far, gold from its low of May of this year to its high September. It's retraced pretty much 38% of the way. It's finally hit near that golden zone. It's running up, but not by much. If it does run out further, then critical downside resistance is going to be around nearly $1,500. Getting further away from that critical resistance, above this is nothing. There's pretty much nothing above this if you look left. Alright, so this type of consolidation, absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's very similar to what we saw back here. Alright, so 38% retrace. We retraced a little bit deeper than that from, look, this low to high. A little bit, yeah, like maybe 42 to 43% of a retrace before blasting off again eventually. Take a pennant there. It's just like this. Do you remember, man? I think you do. If you watch the stream all, remember all this developing. We had this pegged, man. We said, hey, dude, complex inverse head and shoulders. Look at how when you broke the neckline, you were gone, dude. You were gone to the next available resistance. And if you break it again, there's no real available resistance for real like overhead resistance until like nearly $1,800. Man, there's like nothing here. It's like wide open space. It looks like a wormhole. Straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up. Pretty much straight down. You get it? So that's what's going to happen if you ever break 1,500. And a lot of analysts do think that this time, after breaking out of this pattern, momentum shifting, higher lows, accumulation, this gold, the asset, could see all-time highs. Okay? So it's like impulse, consolidation, impulse, consolidation. Could be setting up our higher prices, but we do know, just based on the golden zone, that we could go all the way down to 1376 and still it wouldn't be that weird. Just be a little correction, right? You're correcting right now after a move. Maybe just be places where market participants can add to their position. 50% sale on gold, 62% sale on gold. Holy crap, right? Always the offshoot chance you could come to back test the neckline as support. Doesn't seem as likely now because of how high we are that we make it back down here. Especially the fact that the overwhelming demand for this asset. I mean, dude, again, the main stat on gold is over the past 6 years, central banks have bought up over $155 billion worth of gold versus $10 billion worth of bonds. That should tell you everything you need to know. They understand the financial system is untenable, probably, right? And they want to be ready. Central banks don't care if currencies fail. Look what they're doing. They're going to have all the gold when everything does fail. And so, central banks, man, crypto gets you away from all that stuff. Gold, stock market, everything. If it works out. Okay, but Bitcoin right now, that should be some sort of safe haven asset or pseudo safe haven asset. It's not performing well. It hasn't been performing well since June. It's been correcting. It's continuing to correct. So we're talking 150-day correction for Bitcoin maybe at this point. Uh, 145-day correction is where we're at now. Okay? You can say we broke out of the correction, but again, a breakout of a downswing resistance is step one. Step two is breaking overhead resistance. We didn't do that, so still correcting. Okay? Cool story, bro. Do I follow VeChain? We analyzed it today. Of course I follow VeChain. VeChain up from its lowest low of October 24th to its highest high of this run, up 183%. Watching TA on holiday, can't stay away, Raj. Thanks, man, for watching. Thanks, Lady Plants a lot for watching, and Brian Taylor, Francisco, and Kevin, and all y'all. Haven't really even done an official, looking at chat and engaging, saying hi to everyone. Just kind of been sprinkling it in with the TA, going between stocks and crypto, and now gold. Okay. Yeah, so if you want to think about something happening, Nike has had a pretty resounding recovery after hitting target 1. It was never able to get to target 2. So big rally now on Nike, dude, and it's just probably testament to the stock market. It was a broadening bottom. We broke out, clearly had a measure move of this pattern to the upside. And there is a gap fill, maybe you could say around $95. Candle close gap fill. You could get that. But again, man, CEO steps down, boom. If the 1618 dumps, first target, 382. Second target was a gap fill, the 50% retrace. So you never made it, man. So you can always make a lower high and then dump again, but overwhelmingly bullish conditions. The macro is extremely bullish. Nike might just continue going, and that's what we talk about: bearish patterns and bullish trends. They might hit the shallowest retraces and then reverse and go the upside. I mean, Bitcoin did it down here too. Like it, remember how it was like the 4 hour and we had it like this, man? Just give me a sec. Nice education. Yeah, it was like right there. Like look how we had broken out. We broke the structure and then we created this pattern. But it's like the trend had reversed. X, A, B, C, D, 786. Yeah, I know it was like a couple dollars, like $5 off the entry for the pattern. Look, when it hit this area, it sold off from the low point to high point 50% of the way. It went 50% down, and then it was over, right? It reversed. So it's like, you know, even like the trend had reversed. You had back tested it multiple times. There's bullish divergence down here. You remember all this back when I was in LA at MK's. It was an amazing time, man. Getting to stream, and behind me was the LA skyline. We were having good times, man. Good memories. So that should just tell you what you need to know. There you go, Nike hit a shallow retrace to 382 and old all-time highs and churned, and okay, the market's like, all right, so it seems like we can't push it any further down. Time to engulf and go. Okay.
Bruh.
Cheers, Raj. Sweet girl is so scared. Oh my god. Don't be scared. It's just price action. If you're scared, that means you have emotion involved, meaning you might have too much in a position. You can't believe they're letting people buy Bitcoin under 9,000 still? Why is that, Justin? Why can't I believe that? The spot price is at 81.87. Correction continues. Correction continues now until you break above 96.50 to 10,000. Right, it's a new manufactured overhead resistance. Okay, so look at the negative momentum at its highest level since October 1st, man. We're talking about over a month and a half since we've seen this much negative momentum on a daily time scale for Bitcoin. Oh, we didn't even do it, sorry. There you go. Look all needs. So let's just go by the log scale chart for people to see that missed it. It's in jeopardy now. It really is. Okay? It's not a joke. Red alert for Bitcoin. Holy crap. Do you see log scale uptrend, the long-term uptrend on Bitcoin in jeopardy? You've fallen below critical horizontal line support that you really needed to stay above. We didn't. And now here we are, touching the potential demand line. Pretty clear demand line after that resounding break to the upside. But again, if we're talking without the channel, there's no support where we are. There was only support at 77.81 or so. This is not much of one. Early June 2018, a little top of a bear flag. The main one though is what we hit before, which was like 7,400, 7,350. And look, that's where we went, touched it before showing divergence, exploding the upside, only to make a lower high than our previous highs, which is signifying pretty much that the correction's still going. Lower highs, maybe soon lower lows. Very real possibility. I mean, making a higher low than this low would be very good, but we just don't know when the selling's going to cease and the buyers are going to come in to propel this price higher, because it'll happen at one point where we are now, maybe back here at 7,400 for double bottom, or it could just be lower lows where we reverse the upside, and when we reverse the upside, there's a chance we might just make lower highs again to make lower lows after that. All right. Reading chat. We've been going hard for an hour and 30 minutes now. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit that like button, that bell. That's here early, here many hours early to cover the price action and to look at just different assets across different markets. Yeah, Hong Kong is in a recession now, ECA. But yeah, I saw some video. Someone live streamed earlier today. What's going on there? It's nuts, dude. It's like, how can an economy even function in some areas of the city with what's happening? It's pretty wild. And it's gonna get worse before it gets better, if it ever does get better. Like, how would it get better for Hong Kong? I mean, really? Chinese government isn't balking. They have all this AI technology that, you know, everything the Chinese government's doing, like the power they have now at this point. How can Hong Kong even? They couldn't even rebel, I don't think. I mean, they are doing it now, but it's just going to turn Hong Kong into like a wasteland. But I just don't know how they win their independence. If you see what I'm saying, it's just a very bleak situation over there. Of course, Kevin, exactly. Again, imagine me being a Twitch thought and having no camera on. What would the Twitch thought do? Who's whining about alt season? No one even said alt season, dude. Please, for the love of God, people, if you see anyone telling you to send X amount of Bitcoin to a contribution address and receive X amount back, it is 100% trying to scam you. My God, didn't know that even had to be said, but we'll say it anyway. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, it's true. Don't even want to get into that stuff. State and LSU, the top team is not even close. 5 points close. How about that? I am a Twitch thought, Capo. I am a Twitch streamer on YouTube. That is certain. Okay. YouTube wants me to make all these well-produced static videos, but that's not what I got into content creation for. I didn't do that. That was never my thing. And YouTube static video game is, man, super saturated. I just like streaming. I like the live aspect. I like where, you know, things can go wrong. I think people want that, you know. Some people do. Some people prefer streaming over static videos. I kind of do.
Bruh.
Blacked Out tipped $23.58. Recent research has shown the empirical evidence for globalization of corporate innovation is very limited. And as a corollary, the market for technologies is shrinking.
Oh my God. Fantastic. That's so freaking good, man. Hold on, let me see if I can get that. Let me see if I can get that. What? No way you did it twice, dude.
Bruh.
Blacked Out tipped $23.58. As a world leader, it is important for America to provide systematic research grants for our scientists. I believe there will always be a need for us to have a well-articulated innovation policy with emphasis on human resource development. Thank you.
Recent research has shown that empirical evidence for globalization of corporate innovation is very limited. And as a corollary, the market for technologies is shrinking. As a world leader, it's important for America to provide systematic research grants for our scientists. I believe strongly there will always be a need for us to have a well-articulated innovation policy with emphasis on human resource development. Thank you.
Bruh.
What happened? I blacked out.
Oh my God, dude. Anyway, yeah, dude, fantastic. Gotta love it. Dude, there's no way that happened twice. How did that... Is Stream Elements just black out, dude? Or is that real life? Probes, man. Hold on, let me see if that was real. Holy crap, that was actually real, I think. You sent it twice? What? What is it, Julia? Someone has created a scam clone live channel like they do to you. Only this one is claiming it's Coinbase is giving away Bitcoin. God, dude. People are such trash. Like, I'm talking, like, there's so many bad people. I just can't believe how terrible these people are, right? They're just actively trying to ruin people's lives. It pisses me off. It's just like, it's why I'm happy I'm a streamer. Because, like, I know I'm not trying to hurt people, like, ever at all in any way, you know? And it's like, I am the exact opposite of those people. What's up, Skyward? Thanks again, Will Ferrell, dude. Hi in the chat. Also, let's see. That channel has 182,000 subs. That's so crazy. It's Auburn fans. My God, dude, you ain't right, man. I mean, Kevin, you could say it's South Carolina fans too. That's who y'all are playing this weekend coming up, right? That's a big rivalry. It may not be anymore though, right? This is a good song though. I haven't heard it in a long time. Let me make sure I save this. Have I seen Trivago? No. Sounds like, I mean, I bet it sucks though. You'd think. Oh my God, dude. We looked at it at one point. Hey, look at it. Hey, this one broke out too, chat. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, just because you break out of a downswing channel, that doesn't mean it's it's like reversing the trend, right? Like downtrend and broke out, it's back, continues back testing, rallying, lower. Look, still making lower lows. So overall, terrible. I mean, devastated, man. IPO was nice, and then everyone got dumped on. I don't think Trivago needed more capital to expand to increase, revenue for their products, right? Nah, dude. It was probably the other way. Dump on everyone's head and pay out the initial investors. Trivago Connect. Maybe government officials should send grants to Trivago or something. Pros, maybe. So yeah, this is awful, man. I don't know what to tell you, dude. Yeah, it'll probably retrace at some point. Look at this. All-time lows today. 10.82 on the RSI. Pathetic, dude. Gap down. Oh my God, dude. Look. 100% surprise. They weren't supposed to make any money or lose. They weren't supposed to lose or make any money. It turns out they lost money, right? 1 cent, minus 1 cent EPS. 100% surprise. Get destroyed, Trivago. Yeah, it just seems so flaky, these tech companies. What does Trivago do again? They're like a hotel finder or something weird like that. And it doesn't seem like a good long-term sustainable business model, you know, that can constantly bring in profits quarter over quarter. So this is what you get when you're trash. It's terrible, dude. Okay. Don't even care at all. I don't care what the extension is at or anything. It's stupid to try to take a long here. Stupid because of the trend. Stupid to take a short here because of how oversold it is. So it's just like a no play. Who cares, right? Nice idea, not viable here or anywhere. Probably not even in the Andromeda Galaxy. Good God. You use Trivago? Well, time to go all in on Trivago then, Kappa. Trivago looks worse than some S coins. It looks almost indiscernible, right? It's like if you put this here, I could be like, oh yeah, this looks like that. Oh, looks like Pundy coin, or it looks like Verge Connect. Too many portals, so saturation. Yeah, I would think so. Anything, I mean, what kind of overhead did Trivago have to go through, really? You know, like the barriers of entry. Barriers of entry is a very big thing, you know? Like, it's not easy to start your own media company, right? It's maybe pretty easy to start an online, you know, web app that is a service that helps users find things. That is not near as difficult, you know? Barriers to entry, whatever. Either or. So, who was it? Whose CEO stepped down today? Crap. I'd said it in Discord earlier. Let me see here. Oh yeah. T-Mobile CEO stepping down today. I'm gonna be bashing them all I want, James, man, and there's nothing you can do about it. I made you rewrite the whole crypto top 15 with Connect at the end of everything. Yeah, dude, because most of them are Connects, dude. Whether the market realizes it or not yet, yeah, most of them are Connects. Cash in a money market account, high interest money market account. I mean, like, you know, 2%'s average. So storing one's gains in a, again, high interest savings account. Great way to store your profit, one's profit, because it doesn't necessarily completely keep up with inflation, but man, I'm telling you, the correction will happen whether it takes a year or two, but when it does happen, it will last a year or two. And at those times at the bottom, that is when, if you have the capital, you can change your life. Life-changing wealth can occur in these cycles, right? When the bull cycle ends and the recession starts, which it happens in free markets. It's like a certainty, like it will occur, but it's like a matter of when. There are times when the market cycle of recovery has lasted 15.5 years. And we're not even 11 years in yet. I think there have been 2 market cycles that have been longer than the one we're on right now, maybe even 3. So, yeah, it could continue going on up. I mean, and you know, you can miss out on 15-20% gains in your, you know, retirement and all that stuff, but none of it's going to matter when the rug gets pulled and the complete world economy goes into recession for a couple years. If we're at that bottom 2 years in and, you know, everything's lost 50% to 90% of its value, how much cash are you going to have? Right? We must be ready for that so we can change our lives. So many people like became millionaires and billionaires at the bottom of that recession, 2008, or really 2009 was the actual bottom, March 2nd, 2009. So, and guess what? When all that happened, gold also, silver also, they all crashed too. They just had a 5-month head start on the recovery. The net equities 5 months after gold and silver recovered, equities recovered, right? 5 months later. So cash is actually a real good thing to be in for recessions and crashes. Okay. Anyway. Now, you never know, man. Like CEOs, they'll get pushed out by the board, and they'll save face. They will never, even if things were awful, right? Everyone hated the CEO. You're not going to know about it because PR is not going to let you know about it because they show strength. They never show weakness because it's terrible.
Can you explain these moon boys why the next target for Bitcoin is $7,500? The moon boys don't understand support and resistance. Thanks Mitch, much love.
Bruh.
Arnhem, thanks for the 3s, dude. It's very simple. Very, very simple. So, there's always the small chance that this demand line could hold. But, you know, I think the upsloping supports are not as strong as horizontal line supports. They're really strong resistance supports when they're confluent, like here, confluence, right? Upsloping support was pretty much confluent with the horizontal line support. When we broke to the upside, the 25% trend line of the equidistant channel was confluent with the horizontal line resistance, right? So stronger. But here we are. We're just sitting at this demand line. It's by itself. There's no horizontal line support where we are. And why? I mean, you know, we've gone over it a bunch. It's just simple technical analysis 101. When you have, look, support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance. They're all plotted. When you break one, what happens? Sometimes you come to back test this area. Look, when it was one support, you broke it, and then you back tested multiple times, and then when you realize, hey man, we just can't break it, can't get back above it because it was once a support, or it should have been a support, it's now acting as resistance, and so you dumped to the next available support, which was right down here, right? 7,500. And once you hit that, you were exhausted on the oscillators on the daily. You had divergence develop, and this is what a trade setup, man. Like, this was a hypothetical. I mean, this is what we thought could happen, and it did, but unfortunately, I mean, we're just, the fall through price action after the impulse consolidation is just not that great, and you're falling below critical areas that when you broke it, it should have acted as support. It really didn't, did it? No. You're below it now. So that's why the next support, or that's why Bitcoin could very well see 77 to 7,500, because there's no support until then at all where you are. Okay, you're kind of holding on to some minor support from May of 2019. That's about it. Okay, maybe, just maybe, if this uptrend, this long-term uptrend to holds, then this would play a vital role in keeping you inside this channel. Okay. There's no divergence here to save you now, though, right? Like there was divergence here. Man, this is what I'm talking about, dude. Let me find it real quick. Might take me a minute. Identical. Yeah, here it is, dude. It's like, yeah, let's go to the other one. Right? Where you had that. And then you had this. Remember the hypothetical? You can see that it's like you pull a Tom Brady, you can see it develop, or it's developing, and you had to have your head on a swivel here because it was like in the morning it started to engulf at a critical support, right? And that's what you look for: divergence developing at critical supports, or Brady to the upside, boom. Went almost straight up to it before pulling back almost all the way. At this point, have we retraced 78% of the way? I mean, maybe we're really close. Low to high. Nope, 78% retrace is $8,013. Never quite got there. Maybe soon. 88% retrace is $7,700. Okay, so you're getting into, you've exceeded now the golden zone between the 618 and 382. Now we're getting to deeper retrace levels. Very well could see $8,000 later. Okay, you broke below a critical support, and there's no real critical supports, horizontal line, historical supports till 7,500. So, and you got a couple Fibonacci's here. That's it. Okay. No. Bow glue. There's nothing on any time scale, I believe, that signifies that there is impending price action reversal to the upside yet. Nothing quite yet, man. All right. So a good buy here, not based on technicals. Okay. Oh, we have 194 likes. Y'all are amazing. Thanks so much for all the likes. Dude, it was so weird yesterday. Like, we had like nearly 200 likes on the stream, and then like randomly they just all disappeared. I was like, what? Like later in the day or something like that. Okay, so I've been live now for nearly 2 hours. If you're out there and you haven't subbed to this channel yet, do it, man. Sub to the channel. Help the growth, man. Growth's been tough. On a day where we're down, you know, we were down nearly 4%. I have gained literally 0 subs. It's crazy, dude. It's like, what do you even do to grow on YouTube now? Like, they keep changing the algorithms, and it just makes it impossible to keep up with even knowing what to do anymore to grow. So, okay, so if I don't grow on a day like this, I'll never grow. Okay, I won't grow again on my sub count until Bitcoin breaks the upside. That's it. But we're learning this, though. VeChain 92 sats. Let's go. Oh, is that up? No way. We haven't even looked at the BTC pairs today. Oh my goodness, yes. Not bad. Holding on. Very good. All right, VeChain to BTC.
VeChain doing things.
So it is not quite, you know how from high to low on the US dollar tether, VeChain had hit here, the 78% retrace. The Bitcoin pairing, you have not even hit a 50% retrace yet, which is at 96 sats. Seems very likely we'll get there, but you're overbought. And at any point now, you're in the golden zone. You could reverse to the downside to begin some sort of consolidation or just a major retrace. So 96 sats. After that, 111 sats. But really, it seems very possible that VeChain could make it up to 102 sats because look left. An old ice line that you broke. You back tested it twice, and then it was all over before recently kind of double bottoming and running to the upside. Very slight amount of accumulation. Look at this, man. Just a very small amount. Sometimes that's all it takes, right? Look at that. You broke out, and then you made a 95% retrace. 95% retraces, man. I'm telling you, those are like key. Just keep that in mind. You see something retrace 95% after breaking out, there's a chance that it could go. That's a... You just see it, okay? Some people trade that 95% retraces with a very minor amount of accumulation.
Thanks for your analyze, Mitch. Can you check the gold chart for us, please? We love you, bro.
Arnhem, thanks for the 3s. Love y'all too. Yeah, we looked at it a minute ago. We can just go back to it for a sec just to show you, though. Gold, all right. It's consolidating, downsloping consolidation after a very, very bullish impulse that lasted from May of 2019 all the way to September 2019. All right, so you've been in a correction since September. It's now mid-November, going on late November, getting there. So from your low point to high point, you retraced 38% of the way. And last time, from the low to high, you retraced about 44%, 45% of the way, maybe 43% of the way, the low to high. So yes, you are, I guess, hitting the golden zone, right? The common retrace zone, the levels. So, and what I'm talking about is you commonly would hit a 382 and run to the upside, or you'd commonly hit the 50% and run to the upside, or you might commonly hit the 618 and run to the upside, right? Break to the upside. These are all potential reversal areas. And normally at potential reversal areas, we're looking for bullish divergence on the oscillators. Yet right now, we are not really showing that, are we? No. And so you have to understand fundamentally what's happening too. It had a really nice run after really nice runs on traditional assets, traditional markets and traditional assets. You correct. You go through consolidation periods. And sometimes it takes a minute. But you also have to understand that the S&P 500 has broken to all-time highs. It's continuing to climb. The Fed has cut rates 3 consecutive months in a row. Retail numbers came out on Friday, and they were good. We actually 0.3% increase, right? So that means like last month, for the month of September, the numbers were down for the first time in 7 months. And if the numbers were to come out again this month, which was reported on Friday, and it was another where you don't grow in retail sales, that could mean some bad stuff when you have consecutive months with bad retail numbers. That can, think about it. The U.S. consumer drives these markets, man. The sentiment of the U.S. consumer, not the Chinese consumer, which is great. It's the U.S. consumer spends more money than any other consumer base in the world. Okay, when that starts slowing down, that's when really bad things can happen. So it showed that it's okay. It's still okay. And so these are all good things for the stock market and equities, not so much for gold, the safe haven asset. Okay, that makes sense, Arnhem? Thanks for the 3s. Seems people are more interested in getting scammed by fake Coinbase live streams. Of course, dude. Of course, man. Dude, think about it. Not everyone can be smart. Not everyone can win. If everyone won, no one would win, right? You have to have losers in the world. You have to have really stupid people in the world. There has to be someone dumb enough to buy your shares when you sell them, right?
101.
101, Johnny B TV, thanks for the $1.02 of Ethereum. Kings, dude.
Bruh.
Yep, debt bubble. That's probably what it is, man. People are going to realize how illiquid all these markets are when the leverage dries up. Dude, it's all like so much is leverage right now. Somewhere says gold seldom rebounds in December, but that sets up January. It's whatever, dude. I think it's a fundamental thing. I think it's technical too, where you hit a very critical resistance and absorption has to set in, right? A lot of things going on in these areas. People taking profits, people going short. So that's like why at critical resistances, consolidation occurs. And the downslope consolidation is very good. Okay. The streams have view bots. Oh, okay, makes sense. It's wild, man. That makes sense. The scammer would do that, right? Got a ticker at Looka. Sorry, man. Oh, yeah. We might have. Give it 3 minutes. Oh my God, man. All right. What else? Yeah, silver kind of on the ropes, man. A little bit. Silver, its little uptrend is in jeopardy now. It's like Bitcoin. Whoa, you're kind of below it. Could be a fake out. Not oversold. Uh-oh. But there's a low here and there's a lower low. And we do have a little bit of bullish divergence going on with silver. But it could sell off again, eventually. And we get triple MACD bullish divergence or so, right? So, that this is going on. We're not even at support yet. I think this 1619 might be a good potential entry, but then again, you're breaking the channel if you get down there, so silver, man, hit a 78% retrace from that major high to low. 78% retrace like VeChain did, right? before reversing. Scamming phone calls are an absolute plague now. Oh yeah, dude, I will never answer my number if it's random, for sure. I agree. Can't turn a blind eye to the Fed pumping 100 billion a day into the overnight repo market. No, yeah, certainly, dude. Of course, that's a big issue, man. And that's like, how can people think things are fine if that's going on? I mean, banks are like running out of money, so they're like requesting more money, and they have to have it, right, to be able to pay off. So it's like, that just means there's a lot of delinquent loans, man, right? People aren't paying still. Banks are having issues. Close her off, Capo. Okay, so I've been live now for... Look only, it's been live now for 2 hours. Join the live stream, hit that like button, that bell, that sub. Thanks so much for being with me on this journey. Looking at gold. Very nice down sloping consolidation. Could be setting up for higher prices in time, but it still could continue correcting to the 50% retrace, maybe even the 618. Just don't know yet. Not enough no divergence to really make us feel like it's coming right now, right? Back to the corn. Barely holding on to the down-sloping support, right? Barely holding on. Barely holding on to the upsloping support, right? The log scale, uptrend. Log scale, long-term uptrend. So I feel like I have served my purpose today, giving you an in-depth analysis of Bitcoin, the price action that's happened, and where we're going next, or where we could definitely see our prices going next, because we have broken 8,500, a very critical support that is historical. And now you're barely holding on to some sort of May of 2019 level. That's literally it, though. I mean, like, there's nothing else here in the spot besides this. So it does seem likely that we could, unless it just turns around and reverses and it's a fake out and we get above 8,500, until we get back above 8,500, the probability seems likely that 7,500 is in the cards for sure. Who's buying Hexcoin? I don't know. People that don't get anything about how markets work. That's who. People, a fool and his money is easily parted, right? That's Hexcoin buyers. Ew, whatever that means. No thanks. Whew. What are y'all talking about, James? Kid on Twitter was shilling some S-Coin and telling you how, Bitcoin has dropped 99% in value. Like what? His asset dropped 99% in value since listing. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's like the problem with being an influencer and tying your soul to a particular asset. I mean, like, that's technically kind of what Alex Cobb's done. He's like tied his soul to XRP, to where he like can't get away from it. He's like at the whims of XRP. That Twitter guy you're talking about is at the whims of that S coin, right? I don't think I tied my soul to Bitcoin, but it seems like it's there, right? Like, I am at the whims of Bitcoin. To grow on this channel, Bitcoin must pump to the upside, not even to the downside anymore. As shown today, literally it gained 0 new subs. Every single person watching me, 343 y'all are all current subs. And anyone coming in and out, also current subs. Okay, so I want to say thanks so much for all the likes, love, support, the contributions today, everyone. Blacked Out, Probst, Camera Troll, thank you all, everyone, just for the contributions today. Y'all are amazing. Remember to join the Discord if you aren't a part of it, because that's how you get notifications when I go live. YouTube will not notify you when I go live reliably every time, consistently, so you will miss my live streams if you are not part of the Discord. That is a certainty. you will miss. You'll be like, holy crap, YouTube didn't notify me. And we're going to be like, okay, dude, you should have been part of the Discord. And it'll be the same circular conversation I'm having right now. So join the freaking Discord. And it's not just because of notifications, it's also because it's a community of like-minded individuals that all care about the same thing, which is trading crypto stocks. King Arthur, thanks so much for being the first sub of the day. You're amazing, dude. You are a king. You'll fit right in. So I'll just be back sometime later. Don't know if I'll be back today. You know how it is, man. But you've been left with all the information I can give you. So until next time, respect the TA.
Adios, turd nuggets.